G'day, Paul here up on Emu Mountain. It's a lovely sunny winter's morning, and we're taking a little look at parts of Genesis chapter 25 this morning, and we're talking about how God knows us before we're born. In Jeremiah 1, verse 5, it says, "Before you were born I knew you in your mother's womb and set you apart." That's right, he did. Talking to a little magpie here in front of me. But in Genesis 25 from verse 19, we hear an account of Jacob and Esau and how their mother had decided what was going on inside of her womb. And this is the account of the family line of Abraham's son Isaac. Abraham became the father of Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he met and married Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel the Aramean from Paddan Aram and sister of Laban the Aramean. Isaac prayed to the Lord on behalf of his wife because she was childless. The Lord answered his prayer, and his wife Rebekah became pregnant. The babies jostled each other within her, and she said, "Why is this happening to me?" So she went to inquire of the Lord. The Lord said to her, "Two nations are in your womb, and two peoples from within you will be separated. One people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger." Now there's a pretty powerful prophetic word for a young mum of twins. When the time came for her to give birth, there were twin boys in her womb. The first to come out was red, and his whole body was like a hairy garment, so they named him Esau. After this, his brother came out with his hand grasping at Esau's heel, so he was named Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when Rebekah gave birth to them. The boys grew up, and Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the open country, while Jacob was content to stay at home among the tents. Isaac, who had a taste for wild game, loved Esau, but Rebekah loved Jacob. That's an interesting scenario. Once when Jacob was cooking some stew, Esau came in from the open country, famished. He said to Jacob, "Quick, let me have some of that red stew, I'm famished." And that's why he was also called Edom. Jacob replied, "First sell me your birthright." "Look," he said, "I'm about to die. What good is my birthright to me?" But Jacob said, "Swear to me first." So he swore on oath to him, selling his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau some bread and some lentil stew. He ate and drank, and then he got up and left. So Esau despised his birthright. And if you go on, as we go on later to read Genesis 27, you'll see where Esau also loses the blessing because his mother Rebekah connived to get Jacob the blessing first. So it's a fascinating story. I'm also a twin. I have a twin sister, and no doubt we had some tussles in the womb. But my sister was born first, and they called her Jeanette. And then I was born. She was the boisterous one, and I was the quiet one. I was called Paul after St. Paul. My mother was a biblical student back in the days when the Bible Society used to conduct competitions, and she topped the state in memory verse, which is amazing. But she named me Paul after St. Paul, and I'm so glad that she didn't name me Winston, which was the other option after Winston Churchill, because I'm not a warrior nor a politician, but I do love the Word of God, and I do love St. Paul's work in the New Testament. Absolutely amazing. So that's our little study this morning out of Genesis 25. He knew you before you were born. He had a plan and a destiny for you. He set you apart. Are you living according to the will of God? Are you living out the plan God had for you? That's a challenge. You think about that. And also get into the Word. We're going to go on in a minute and read another part from Genesis 26, where we see the wells dug at Beersheba, where our light horsemen had a mighty change of history back in World War I. So, God be with you. Get into the Word, let the Word get into you, then go and tell others what God has done for you. See you later now. Bye.